Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the secrets, fears and ghosts for those of you who have Neptune in your 9th house, but also for those of you who have Pisces ruling your 9th house within your natal birth chart. But before we do get started, make sure that you give this video a like if you like it. Also make sure to subscribe if you have not already, and to click that little bell icon in order to keep yourself updated with further content from myself. And one more quick thing to mention is that if you would like to know more information all about your Neptune sign, your Neptune house, along with your Pisces house and your 12th house within your natal birth chart, then I have created a Pisces season/archetype ebook. So what I am going to do is I'm going to provide a link to that ebook in the description box below so that you can pick up your copy today if you would like. Alright, so with all those introductions out of the way, Neptune in the 9th house and Pisces ruling the 9th house individuals, let's do this. Okay, so if you have Neptune in your 9th house or Pisces ruling your 9th house, then what this suggests is that you're someone who truly imagines and feels into the bigger picture. See, it's you who seeks to understand and absorb the knowledge that you learn or discover, along with having the ability to predict what the future holds. So let's say, for example, that a professor or a teacher is teaching you within a particular lecture or an educational program. You're able to take that information, and what you do is you sit with it. You sort of play around with the ideas and the themes, or you might allow yourself to feel through the many possibilities of the conclusions and all the theories, or you might use your profound intuitive insights in order to be guided through the whole discovery process. And then when you go to share your conclusions, what you have learned with other people, it comes much more from a place of your own inner knowing, from a place of your own inner understanding, rather than from what the textbooks or the publications say, or from what the professor teaches you in a very black and white, matter-of-fact way. Now this right here might feel a little bit tricky, especially if you don't feel understood by others when you do share your conclusions, or if others are much more quicker and impulsive on the mark to share their conclusions as well. And it can also be suggested that often what you broadcast, it can appear confusing or somewhat messy. Not to mention, you might have the tendency of meandering as you share what you have discovered, further leading into your tendency to make things up as you go along, kind of hoping that it makes sense. And so in this respect, Neptune in the 9th house, Pisces ruling the 9th house, you're maybe someone who needs to feel like you can share your conclusions and your knowledge freely and openly, without judgment and without ridicule. Though in terms of predicting the future, kind of as I was saying earlier, I say this because you might possess the gift of doing so using your intuition. Naturally, however, this is not a straightforward process, especially given that the unconscious is highly mysterious, and also due to how it's really difficult to pinpoint exactly what predictions come true and when. Though still, I do think that you might be interested in the likes of astrology, the tarot, metaphysics, quantum physics, because these subjects, they seek to explore the unknown and what essentially can't definitively be explained. Perhaps you enjoy seeking knowledge from mediums or channelers, or maybe you're interested in practicing these types of things yourself, or maybe you love to absorb information on philosophy but mixed with spirituality. And seeing as this house is the house of long distance travel, perhaps you possess a really strong desire to travel to spiritual retreats or to visit a faraway land that is much more focused on getting you in touch with your spiritual essence. Then again, maybe you enjoy the thought of attending music festivals or yogi festivals in different corners of the world. Or maybe taking some psychedelic trips are more your thing. Though whatever the case may be, it could be suggested that you're someone who is up for trying new and exciting experiences. Someone who dreams of the many possibilities towards how you wish to live your life and expand your mind. Or someone who possesses a deep desire to seek knowledge that is universal or out of this world. And therefore, you might seek to go beyond what is true. You might even have this fanatical or starry-eyed approach towards discovering new ways of life or towards new cultures or different religions and philosophies and other schools of thought. So much so that you might even lose yourself in the process, suggesting that you can be highly impressionable towards these things. Therefore, you might blindly believe in the words that gurus say or prophets say, or in the words that teachers teach you, or in the words that religious figures preach to you. Heck, you might even perform certain acts for these individuals due to how brainwashed, so to speak, or deluded you might become towards their word. So, I gotta wonder, where might this be stemming from? And why might this be? I mean, is it possible that you never grew up with a solid belief system? Or was it a belief system that was kind of all over the place, resulting in confusion and uncertainty? Then again, perhaps you were raised to believe that in order to feel connected with a higher power, then sacrifices must be made for others. Though another possibility might be that you were guided by those who taught you the philosophy of compassion and devotion. Maybe you were led to believe that in order to be redeemed for your sins or for your errors, then forgiveness must be sought. Perhaps forgiveness is a big part of your journey even. So in this respect, perhaps you have the tendency of forgiving others far too easily. Though, whatever way this plays out along your journey, it's you, Neptune, in the 9th house, Pisces ruling the 9th house, who is on this endless quest, this endless search for deeper answers, deeper meanings, and deeper understandings throughout your life. Though still, it might be a good idea for you to establish some objectivity and develop some healthy boundaries when being approached by or learning from such figures, like the gurus and the prophets and the teachers and so on. Though, on the other hand, I also think that it's you who has what it takes to dissolve barriers between you and others, suggesting that you can be very accepting towards other people's religion, other people's way of life, other people's philosophies. Maybe you're even all about embracing diversity and universal love. Though, to be fair, this outlook can be a little bit unrealistic. And so in this respect, your worldview or your perception can be quite idealistic or dreamlike. It may even be slightly foggy. For example, maybe you believe that everyone is good and kind-hearted, but that's not true. Or maybe you believe that this new person you just met is so dreamy and caring and kind and they're sensitive, they're such a loving person, but then they end up tricking you and taking all your money. Now, it could very well be that you pertain to this whole teaching that reality is all about perception, but even that comes with its flaws due to the many distorted images that we are presented with on a daily basis. Meaning that this is all very, very complex. But, if there's someone who wishes to dive into such abstract areas and ideas, that's you. That is your Neptune in the 9th house, Pisces ruling the 9th house. And sure, yes, you might feel disappointed by others throughout your journey for higher truth and knowledge, but I also think that even from these people, you can gain wisdom and new insights, newfound insights, because essentially, no matter what you discover, either good or bad, either right or wrong, you can learn something, right? Following on from this point, you might even live according to the philosophy that says, never stop learning, suggesting that you're this eternal student, someone who is continuously seeking to aim higher and expand bigger. And again, it's the same boundless attitude towards discovery and exploration that may just lead to an obsession or a dependency. You might possibly, for example, seek a high from new opportunities, resulting in you lacking morality or doing something that's kind of irresponsible. Or you might lean on knowledge as an emotional crutch anytime that you feel lost or really sad. So instead of seeking clarity from within yourself, you might have the tendency of turning to others to validate or reinforce what you're experiencing. However, another possibility might be that you can be quite secretive or just kind of keep your religious and or spiritual beliefs hush. Maybe you're not one for openly sharing how you truly feel about a certain political issue or a legal procedure, for example, due to the inner fears of being victimized for doing so. Maybe you don't like the thought of being labeled a Bible basher, for example, or as a hippy-dippy know-it-all. Then again, perhaps you actually have felt victimized for sharing your beliefs before. This could be the likes of someone disagreeing with you over your beliefs, resulting in you taking it as a personal attack towards yourself. And in this respect, maybe there is a lot of sensitivity here when it comes to these things, especially just the things that you believe in. There's a hypersensitivity almost. Therefore, it could be suggested that you've sacrificed your conclusions, your theories, and your beliefs before for the sake of others due to these inner fears of being seen as crazy or as insane. Then again, maybe you've been in a situation where you've unconsciously projected your inner faith onto others, resulting in misunderstandings and false assumptions. Or it may possibly be that you've unconsciously morphed others into your version of the truth, also resulting in more disappointment. This could even be you putting someone else on this moral pedestal, thinking that they're the next best thing or that they can do no wrong. But then that person's beliefs change and then you're left completely baffled and you're just like, why? Then again, it could quite possibly be that maybe there are some ghosts from your past that haunt you, so to speak, when it comes to these types of actions, such as a professor who you thought was great, or the pastor who seemed to just have it all figured out. And when it comes to the knowledge that you wish to share with others, well, this can be knowledge in association with spiritual subjects, symbolism, psychology, or mythology. Plus, you also might possess a gift of guiding, so guiding others, whether that be through dark times and sorrow, or perhaps even you're very good at encouraging others to try and see the positives, even if it feels like all hope is lost for them. And you also might be quite selfless with the knowledge that you share as well. So there may not be limits to how much you wish to share with other people, and you're not going to expect much in return either. Though, one more thing that I do want to mention, you might be kind of unrealistic when it comes to your future aspirations. Then again, maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, what are you talking about, Hannah? no future aspiration is ever out of reach or unrealistic. Any dream can come true provided that you put your mind to it, etc, etc. So in this respect, okay, perhaps you dream about traveling the world by sea, or maybe you dream of being an actor or an esoteric author, or maybe you dream about being a yoga instructor or a Reiki healer. Whatever. Whatever future aspiration you dream about, that is admirable, and you should keep striving for those very things. Neptune in the 9th house, Pisces ruling the 9th house. But just keep in mind that you may have the tendency of sort of getting lost in the fantasy over what is actually happening within physical reality. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video on the secrets, fears and ghosts for those of you who have Neptune in your 9th house or Pisces ruling your 9th house within your natal birth chart. Now, if you do happen to have any of these placements, then let us know what you thought of the video in the comment section down below. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then go right ahead and click that subscribe button, and also make sure that you like this video. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!